Bless you, Israel. It's Brother Samuel with another video. It's been a minute since I came on. Uh, just been just been grinding. Just put my nose down and grinding. But bless you all. Hope you're all having a wonderful day, night, whenever you watch this. This one is kind of another one of those testimony videos. This is just about the goodness of the ministry of Straitway and the fruit of the ministry of Straitway. Give you a little context. Listening to the ministry for a minute since 2011, and one of the main things I've learned is that you really don't realize how much meat and how much fruit is produced off of the hands of the man of Yah and the ministry that diligently follows him until different situations arise where that wisdom, that meat, that fruit is needed, or if someone is inquiring of it. And the situation I'm talking about is a situation happened at work several months ago. Normally I drive by myself. I'm in the field doing production, and of course there's office guys, and the office guys are salesmen. So the company wanted the sales guys in the office to know what the technicians out in the field do. So they paired us, not each of us, but a few of us up with them. So I got paired with one and took him out. We had a ton of driving to do this day. It was like 4 hours worth of driving or something like that. So, excuse me. I'm driving around and trying to obey the shepherd and fish. So I'm fishing. I'm trying to figure out a way to steer the conversation towards the Most High Yah, to probe this guy's heart to see, if he's got the ears to hear or not. So we're talking, and I'm still constantly fishing, and I was throwing out the lure of what Pastor's been teaching for decades about women, men, and relationships and stuff like that. And this guy was just pouring out his heart of the issues he was having with his girlfriend. Uh, she, for lack of a better word, loose as a goose, horn around, toying him and yanking him around back and forth. This guy's a simp anyway, so I wasn't trying to go too hard on him. And when I say hard, I just mean tactfully. I'm fishing. I'm tactfully fishing. So I'm trying to figure out what's in him before I start, going in. So this guy, he's telling me about how his girlfriend's loose as a goose. One minute she says she loves him, next minute she's missing the last who that was inside her, and just going back and forth like that. She's got a daughter, and this guy has fallen in love with the daughter. In fact, he was even teaching her how to read. He was telling me and stuff. So he's telling me all this stuff. Same thing the pastor keeps warning people about, getting yoked up with these whorish women, been turned more times than a doorknob. And I'm trying to explain this to him. I'm not trying, I'm actually explaining this to him. That these women, each successive man that they have sex with, that man's DNA is in them. And I asked him, and he confirmed it. I said, you ever see her just she'll be talking or doing something, and next she'll just flip, like her personality just changes for a split second? He's like, yeah. I said, because she's got too much DNA of different men in her. She's not supposed to be like that. And so I kept asking him if he wanted any advice. So I'd give him a little bit more, and I was explaining to him just the nature of man and woman. I was like, the reason you're so clingy to that daughter is because your job as a man is to provide and protect. That's why you feel so close to her, even though she's not yours. Now, a woman is not designed like that. If she did it once, don't take her ass back. And I was just giving him advice, man, you need to leave her alone, because all she's going to do is keep touring you around, yanking you around back and forth. And he was receptive to all of it. I mean, he was excited about it. He was receptive to all of it. And I remember at one point he was like, man, he just stopped. He was like, wait, how old are you? And I'm 3 years younger than this guy. Obviously he's in my peer group, but he at least has had a lot more life experience than I have. But the way I'm talking, it sounds like the opposite. And I flat out told him, I was like, he said, man, you just give me the wisdom of the ages. I just started laughing. I was like, it didn't come from me. It's because I listened to wise old men, wise aged men. They teach me, and I do my best to listen and obey. So the only reason it sounds like I know what I'm talking about is because I listen to men who know what they're talking about. So the more and more we were having this conversation, like I said, we had to drive for 4 hours. So all the times that we were talking, just more wisdom was coming out that I've gleaned from the ministry. And so to all of you out there, You older folks, you know what I'm talking about with when you are faced with a situation like, damn, I didn't know I had that much in me, or oh, I remember when Pastor said this, at this sermon, or you know what I mean, where the info that you once studied, you once researched, you once were meditating on, the scriptures you were looking at, the messages you listened to 10, 5 times, 2 times, whatever, it pops back up at the exact time that you need it. The Holy Spirit brings it to remembrance. So, um, definitely be grateful for just truly how much we have, because we really have a lot. And I've talked about this with another brother before, is that we don't really realize how much Yah has given us and how much fruit and how much we actually know until we start talking to people who know less than us in the world. And it's happened to me on multiple occasions. So I always sit back and thank Yah for that, because it's just a blessing to know that this ministry truly, truly, truly is feeding us, as Elder Rufus says, just with fruit out of this world. Oranges and apples and everything, just the size of your head, just type of fruit. Just excellent, excellent fruit. I can't say enough about it. But to end it all, I finally turned all of this around, this conversation around, to focus it on Yah. And the guy, it's funny, he ended up confessing he was raised Catholic, but had become an agnostic just because he never had evidence. The dead golf clapping crap in the Catholic Church and all that stuff just turned him off of it. And I posed the question to him. I said, so you pretty much just you don't have any viable evidence for God? He was like, yes. I was like, so what would you say if I told you I have 100% viable, verifiable evidence that God exists, he is real, and that Bible is true? And he says, well, I don't know. So I started going down some of the things that Yah has done in my life. And I used the route, the book says taste and see that Yah is good. And I've talked about this before, is that's when you taste something, you gotta taste it, you gotta smell it, you gotta bite it, you gotta touch it. So it's a whole sensory experience, meaning it's real, it's tangible. So Yah is saying, taste and see that I'm good. Check it, figure it out, sense it. Real life, taste it and figure out if this fruit is good, if the fruit from this tree is good, if the fruit from the Bible is good. And so I was just breaking it down to him, the different miracles that had happened and the signs and wonders that I've seen. Thank Yah that I'm able to even see something. It's just a blessing to see something from the Most High Yah, and to see that book come to life right before us, which never happened to me before Straitway. So sharing all that, the guy was just stumped. He was like, damn. He's like, I mean, if that's all true, then. And he just left it at that. And then all of a sudden, he just switched topics as quick as the topic came up. That's how quick he changed another topic. So realized that fish went right back down into the water. He shook himself off the hook. So I left it alone, but I knew I did my due diligence and at least trying to fish. But it did teach me a lot just about myself and how much Yah has blessed me to be a part of this ministry. And I'm telling you, man, the fruit that's on the tree of this ministry, it's insane how good it is. It really, really is. I mean, it's and not to compare anything, but when you have interactions with the world, it really teaches you just how good we got it. So just sharing a little bit of that in your conversations with the heathens, fish a little bit, see what what lures you can cast out. Some people get caught by different things, but I definitely shared, anything that the shepherd had given us in context of what would have helped that guy. I shared it with him, but he was falling to the same trap. Horse, nasty, foul woman, and he's a simp, man. And it's another thing he said, and I'll end it with this. He said I either can do the hookup culture, which, if I'm not mistaken, is just y'all just want sex, so you make an agreement to have sex and that's it, like one night stands type of shit. And then the second thing he said I kind of have to accept it that in the dating world or scheme or the dating frame that the dating scene, there it is, the dating scene, that if I want to be with somebody, 9 times out of 10 they already have children, so I just have to accept that. And I was like, hell no. I told him he didn't have to accept that, but not sure if he didn't get that. But yeah, everything Pastor be saying is true. These are some simps out here, some straight up simps. So bless y'all, shalom.